Liverpool's carefully balanced transfer plans have been thrown into fresh uncertainty after a significant update emerged from Sky Sports, casting doubt over Liverpool's transfer plans. With the January window entering a decisive phase and Arne Slot weighing up how best to reinforce his squad, the latest revelation represents a potential setback that few saw coming. What initially appeared to be a straightforward situation has now taken an unexpected turn, raising new questions about Liverpool's short-term strategy and the broader implications for their plans beyond this window. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool's January transfer window has unraveled into a source of growing frustration, and the latest update only sharpens the sense that a huge opportunity is slipping away. After an underwhelming first half of the season, there was a widespread expectation that the club would attack the winter market aggressively, reinforcing weak areas, restoring momentum, and making a serious push to defend their Premier League crown. Instead, the opposite has unfolded. With no first-team signings through the door, Liverpool have entered the business end of the campaign carrying clear concerns over both form and depth. Those issues have been compounded by injuries to key figures, most notably Alexander Isak and Connor Bradley, further stretching a squad that already looked thin in critical areas. Logic suggested decisive action was required. It never arrived. Now, an update from Sky Sports has delivered what feels like a crushing blow. According to their latest report, Mark Guehi has agreed personal terms with Manchester City, with a deal expected to be completed imminently. For Liverpool, it represents a brutal twist in a saga that once appeared to be heading in their favour. Have a watch of this.
The breaking transfer news reaching us. Manchester City have agreed personal terms with Mark Guehi, and his move from Crystal Palace could be completed by the end of this weekend. Now, Guehi's scheduled to have a medical in the Northwest tomorrow. The two clubs agreed a fee of £20 million yesterday, of course, with a small percentage of future add-ons depending on appearances. Palace felt they just couldn't turn down the money, with the prospect of Guehi leaving on a free in 5 months' time. They're letting him go now. City believe they are getting an elite defender for a fraction of the price they would have to pay on the open market. Yeah, they didn't want to wait until the summer because of current injuries to, of course, Josko Vardial and Ruben Diaz.
This development is particularly galling given the context. On deadline day, Liverpool had a £35 million agreement in place for Guehi, only for Crystal Palace to pull the plug at the 11th hour. That setback was viewed as temporary, with the assumption that the club would return in January to finally resolve their defensive shortcomings. Guehi remained the obvious solution, proven at Premier League level, entering his prime, and tailor-made for Liverpool's needs. Instead, the Reds have inexplicably stepped aside. Rather than re-engaging and finishing what they started, they have allowed their closest title rivals to swoop in and secure the defender, reportedly at a cut-price fee. The optics are damning. Manchester City strengthening decisively while Liverpool stands still. The wider implications are hard to ignore. This is not simply about missing out on one player, but about what it says regarding ambition, planning, and execution at boardroom level. At a time when margins at the top of the Premier League are razor thin, inaction can be just as costly as a bad signing. If Liverpool's title challenge fades in the coming months, this window will be remembered as a defining failure. Serious questions now need to be asked about how the club is being run, why clear needs have been ignored, and whether supporters are being given the transparency they deserve. What Sky Sports have revealed does not just feel like a transfer setback. It feels like a massive self-inflicted wound. In other news, Arne Slot is set to welcome Mohamed Salah back into the Liverpool fold next week, with the head coach suggesting that any lingering tension following the Egyptian's recent public criticism has now been put to rest. Salah's return comes after Egypt's Africa Cup of Nations third-place playoff against Nigeria on Saturday, a fixture that will conclude his international commitments this winter. The 33-year-old could, in theory, be available for Liverpool's Champions League trip to Marseille on Tuesday night, although Slot has stressed that no final decision has yet been made on his immediate involvement. Speaking at his pre-Burnley press conference, Slot explained that discussions are ongoing regarding what will be expected of Salah upon his return and how quickly he can be reintegrated into the squad. "We're in talks with him. What is expected of him over there, what we expect over here," Slot told reporters. But first of all, he needs to have an important game on Saturday, and next week he'll be back with us. That's something we are talking about together now, yeah. From Liverpool's perspective, Salah's workload at AFCON will be a key consideration. The forward has played 480 minutes across 5 matches, scoring 4 goals and providing 1 assist as Egypt reached the latter stages of the tournament. With such a heavy involvement, Liverpool's medical staff will carry out detailed assessments before deciding whether Salah is ready to return straight to the starting 11 or whether his minutes should be managed carefully. Slot will also have been relieved by Egypt head coach Hossam Hassan's decision to rest his captain during the final Group B match against Angola, easing some of the physical burden ahead of his return to Merseyside. Beyond fitness, there has been significant focus on the wider context of Salah's absence. The winger departed Liverpool last month after falling out of the side, later voicing his frustration publicly over how his situation had been handled. Those comments inevitably raised questions about his relationship with Slot and the potential for longer-term fallout. However, Slot has been keen to draw a line under the episode, suggesting that matters between player and coach have been resolved, at least for the time being. First of all, he needs to play another big game for Egypt on Saturday, Slot re-emphasized. And then he comes back to us, and I'm happy that he comes back. Similar to Andy Robertson, Mo has been so important for this club for me, so I'm happy that he's back. Even if I had 15 attackers, I still would have been happy that he comes back, but that's not our current situation. Happy to have him back after an important game that he still has to play. That comparison with Robertson is telling. Like the Liverpool vice-captain, Salah remains one of the most influential figures in the squad, both on and off the pitch. Slot's comments underline that, regardless of recent friction, the Egyptian's value to the team has never been in doubt. When asked whether he had been in contact with Salah following Egypt's semi-final defeat to Senegal, Slot was polite but firm in maintaining boundaries around private discussions. "I think what happens between Mo and me, on our phone or over here, stays between the two of us," he said. "I don't think it's necessary for me to share all the private conversations we have, either on the phone or here with any of our players. For now, the focus is on Salah returning to Liverpool in good condition, with a crucial run of fixtures on the horizon and attacking options already stretched. His availability could prove vital." Slot's repeated insistence that he is happy that he's back suggests a reset has taken place, one that allows Liverpool to move forward with one of their defining players back in the picture. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.